Howdy everyone, welcome to today's show, a 12-hour, we're bringing 12 hours to you today. We're going to be playing 12 hours of the Academy, starting with the wonderful Travis Boles. Before we go around and say hello to everyone, I'm just going to quickly check the overlay and see that I have not in fact got everyone's names right, but I will correct that very soon. Hi everyone, welcome. Check out our social links. We've got Discord, we've got Twitter, and we've got YouTube. You can come and be part of an inclusive, safe community. I will turn the music down in just a second. Part of a safe, inclusive community where we talk about TTRPGs and all the other wonderful things. So do go and check that out. Let's just bring that music volume down. I've got that max volume. No wonder you guys. I'm seeing the decibel level. I'm sorry there. That must have been a struggle. Twitter, send me a DM. We'll get you a game. We have 5 games a week where we can play. A variety of wonderful games, including Monster of the Week, D&D twice, Cypher System, and Ryutama. So if you want to get to learn one of those games, send me a DM. I'm pretty sure Monster of the Week is full, so that might be the only one that we can't do. Other than that, let's go around our other things. We have Patreon. You can support us over there for $1, and every dollar is very much appreciated because we have consistently stayed above our $500 target. Thank you all so much. You are literally making this possible for me. It's amazing, and I appreciate all of you. We also have merchandise. I am yet to buy the tights, but for now, if you want to get a crest on your chest, head over to the Redbubble. I believe there is a code at the moment, which would give you like a discount on hoodies. So if you want to go and get a Scrat Academy hoodie, this might be the time. Oh, no, that one's ended. But hey, if I refer a friend, I'll put a refer a friend thing in Discord at some point where I can send you guys over. Also, next up, we have, we've done that, we've got sponsors. We are sponsored by Bird in the Storm Publishing. Bird in the Storm, Crafting News, thank you so much for that sub. You can gift a reroll to a player. Kiana has the mug, a Bird in the Storm mug. It is nearly as big as her head. You can get their merch. The proceeds, some of the proceeds goes to charity. Obviously, some of it goes to sponsoring channels like me who promote them, but most of it goes to charity. They write content for D&D 5e and other TTRPGs. We played the Midnight Wheel, Clearing the Midnight Wheel over Christmas. It's on YouTube. Go and check it out. It was a really good game. We're also sponsored by Mayhem Press. Mayhem Press created the Dark Matter Alpha, a sci-fi expansion for D&D 5e. Wherein you can play D&D in space or any of your other sci-fi fandoms. It's a really great expansion. We also have some other things down in the panel below. We have erasavad.com, we have ruinc.com, and tabletoploot.com. So if you want dice, accessories, or maps or cartography, head down there and find yourself a 10 to 15% discount. Tweet! Every 10 retweets we will get a random rolled thing from a random rolled list of the wonderful Travis's choosing. So do get over and tweet the tweets so that we all have fun with the tweets. That's enough babble from me. Why don't I hand over to you, Travis? Why don't you introduce everyone? Would that be okay? Do you want to do that? Or do you want me to?
Guess. Thought about jumping right out of the window that's right in front of me. What in the hell have I gotten myself into? I've done this once before, right? Should be fine. Hello, everyone. Yes. Introduce everyone. Sure. So here's you're all sitting down in a dark movie theater. You popped your popcorn. You like to sprinkle your Raisinets right there over the top like some kind of crazy person. And the credits, the lights go down, and suddenly you're watching a movie. Today the tone we're going for is just a movie made between 89 and 94, a lighthearted, crazy comedy romp with a little bit of some spooky shenanigans thrown in. And so we've got 4 characters here. All I have told these poor unfortunate souls is that I've got to turn down this music. I feel like line dancing. Honey, I feel like dancing. I feel like I'm at the broken spoke. So all I have told these poor people is that they are to make a character who is unemployed, needs a job, and they've answered an ad in the paper, local rag, for a role in a unique startup, must be able to carry 85 pounds. Must be, reside locally, and just some standard questions that you totally match up for. So let's go around, because the day of your interview, you've gotten a call. Your interview is at 10 a.m. And you've got the address. And so why don't we go around and each of you tell me, you got that montage, okay? The music's playing. I think it's kind of Repeat by Jackie Wilson's playing a little bit, something jumpy, something classic. And we got a montage here of our 4 main characters putting themselves together, getting ready for their job interview. So let's start with Gumpeteer. Tell us what's going on.
Hello there. Yeah, I'm Aris Gumpeteer, and I'm from the West Country. I come over to Texas looking for work, well, because I can't find none over in the West Country. And I'm a bit of a farmer, I am. I've been working the farm since I was a boy, but unfortunately, my dear dad, he lost his farm recently, and we've all been looking for work since. And I'm quite a big bloke. I stand 6'4", and I'm about 4 feet wide. But I'm afraid none of it's muscle. It's mostly Ma's cooking. And I can throw a hay bale if I need to.
Nice. So how does Gumpeteer get ready for his interview?
He'll pull some of the hay out of his hat, I guess. Make sure his dungarees are straight. And you know what? He'll even put on a fresh shirt. Yep, that's right, fresh tartan. Today he's gonna go for red checks. And boots. Gotta have some jack boots on. Yep. Daisy roots.
Gotcha. All right. Well, let's say the Gumpeteer is from nearby Terrell, Texas. He's got a little bit of, he's working the land out there, and he jumps in his old truck. He's been driving for decades, will never die, and he drives it into the Dallas Metroplex to go to his job interview. All right, Bruno. Fast. Suddenly we slam cut over. The music shifts a little bit, and Bruno's getting ready. What is
Hi, I'm Mars, or Margaret, but only my parents call me Margaret. I'm Mars Bruno, and I actually started my day today playing around on my Nintendo. And the real reason I'm getting this job is because I'm saving for the new Super Nintendo. But I realized kind of last minute that, my job interview is just in like 15 minutes, which isn't that bad because I'm pretty much just gonna go like this. I'm wearing jeans and like a black t-shirt and stuff, but then ran around, got everything together, made sure to shut down my system and save my game, and head out the door.
Yeah. Awesome. Does she have a car, or is she taking public transportation?
I think, depends on where it is. Is it in the Metroplex proper?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, then public transportation is going to be the way to go.
Absolutely. I love that. So she jumps on the bus. You know, do the thing where you just make it just in time,
Oh, yeah.
Grab the thing, it's picking you up. Music that they spent a lot of money licensing is playing in the background. All right, so let's that sounds great. So let's go to Vandervalk. How does he get ready for his big job interview?
Of course, well, I feel kind of blessed that I woke up in time, actually, which was mostly the fault of my dog trying to sit on my face, because he knew it was breakfast time and I did not know it was breakfast time, and oh God, I'm gonna be late once again. So I pretty much jump out of bed. First thing I do is feed my 2 cats and the very, very needy dog, which is like walking around in 8s between my legs. And as I'm trying not to fall over my dog with my coffee in hand, I just sort of grab everything that's on my counter, try to hold out the shirt that I had last night. It has wrinkles. It might not work. I think it will. I pop it on and I see that I pretty much have 3 minutes to catch the bus that I need to find. So I'm in a hurry.
All right. So you're grabbing stuff, big jumpy fast cuts. You're getting yourself together. Sounds like you look like hell, which is great.
Yeah,
And,
pretty much smoothing my hair over as I'm power walking to the bus.
I love it. All right. And Wings. Meanwhile,
Yeah, so Evie has been up since like pretty early on. Because it's just habit at this point. She doesn't do gymnastics anymore. But the routine's always there. You get up and then you have to, like stretch it out, make sure that all your joints and limbs and muscles are warm and ready to go for whatever you do today. And like has picked out her clothes that she's always used to use at like the interview panel parts of these performances, like when she had to like talk to like the news and stuff like that. And so she would, has this pretty fancy outfit out, and then just to make sure that underneath she's wearing comfortable clothes, because you know what, like never know when you need to be super active. And obviously she has her own car and everything, so she just drives down.
I love it. And she's stretching. She's young and vibrant, and as an actress we clearly spent a lot of money on to get into this movie. Probably the highest paid marquee part of the whole thing. I don't know who, we'll have to figure it out. So anyway, all right, awesome. So everybody's getting it together. Everybody looks at the address, and you're all going to a small corporate office in a strip mall just outside Dallas in the Plano area. And you all show up, and you all walk into a really nondescript, one of those office buildings in a strip place where they don't say what they are really. It just says, it just has like the number on it. And you go in, and it's just a really nondescript sort of corporate office environment, but there's pictures of chickens everywhere. There's pictures of chickens on the walls. There's like a little wooden chicken on the secretary's whatever that thing is, her desk there, with her computer. 90 Forks, they had that. I remember it. It was great. I had a 386, and we loved it. Playing Wolfenstein like a champ. So here's the thing: there's chicken tchotchkes everywhere, but it's not completely apparent like what company you're in the room for. And so one by one you all start to show up, and as you all kind of get in the room and collect yourselves and look around and see each other, an attractive woman in her 30s with a very executive, awesome razor sharp suit, short skirt, long jacket type. She's touring the facility, she's picking up slack. She's trading her AG for a white Chrysler LeBaron. She's the very definition of the Keg Song short skirt, long jacket. This is she is touring the facility and picking up slack. So she introduces herself. She shakes all your hand, and she speaks in a very light British accent that I will attempt. She says, "Good afternoon. Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for coming. Hello. My name is Polly Pugwatts. I'm very pleased to meet all of you. We don't have much time, so let's go ahead, and if you could just join me in the conference room, please, and just come on in and sit right down." And she sort of turns and walks down a short hallway past the secretary's desk and leads you into a small conference room where you all sit around a nondescript table. And for Mr. Gumpeteer,
Yes, sir.
I'll
Yep.
call you here for some reason, you immediately recognize the last name Pugwatts. Give me a brains roll.
Give you a brains roll, and that's just 1d6, right? Because I've only got a 1 in brains.
Yes, it is. Yes, but you get a plus. Go ahead and roll 2d6 for me, because you get a bonus because of your agricultural background.
There we go. That's not a very good roll, I don't think, there, DM.
No, it's not. You have no clue who these people are, but it's familiar to you. Can't place it. You're like, Pugwatts. Where have I heard that before?
It's that fantasy college in it. What they're just getting popular around this sort of time.
Is that you talking about the little wizard boy?
Yeah, that might be the one.
No, that's not it. So that doesn't exist in this universe. So those books don't come out.
Vetoed.
Right now it's Neil Gaiman's Books of Magic, which predated Harry Potter and is functionally so anyway, so she says, thank you all so much for coming. Can I get anybody a coffee or water, mineral water? Anybody?
Coffee sounds great.
Excellent.
I'm awfully partial to a cider.
We might have I have an old new Coke. It's a new Coke, but it's been in the fridge all the time, so it's a long time. So it's an old new Coke. Would you like it?
That sounds
Not doing
wonderful.
an
That does. That'll do. Yeah, it's not quite a cider, but maybe it's fermented a little, eh? Oh yeah, go on.
She hands it to you. She pours
a great first impression for this interview.
She pours you a Dixie cup full of coffee, the one with the wavy blue and green lines on it. You know, that wonderful, marvelous wax cup. And she sits down. She goes, and I'm going to attempt to hold on to this accent, but it's going to slip. She's our second marquee actress here. She's our Sigourney Weaver. She's our Meg Ryan. She's our I could go with a Gina Davis. Let's go with Gina Davis. Gina Davis in her prime now. So hot, Gina Davis in her prime. Okay, sorry. What are you talking about, Trav? Let's get back on track. We only have an hour now. So she says, all right, well, we're going to go ahead and begin the interview. Thank you all so much for coming. Just a few quick questions. And so I'm just going to ask you some questions, and then we'll go around the room, and you can all answer the question. Does that sound good to everybody? Marvelous. Okay, first question. Do you believe in UFOs, astral projections, mental telepathy, ESP, clairvoyance, spirit photography, telekinetic movement, full trance mediums, the Loch Ness Monster, and the theory of Atlantis?
Yes.
Excellent.
And let me see. I heard the Loch Ness Monster, but quite a few of those words went over my head.
Okay, that's a completely normal answer. How about you, Ms. Wings?
I mean, like, I wouldn't put it out of the question, but I don't know if I actually truly believe that makes sense.
And she writes that down. She goes, all right, so a bit of a cynic, right? Nice, okay. And Mr. Vander Volk, how about yourself?
I would say UFOs, no. Mothman, definitely.
Into the Mothman. Excellent. Let's go for another one. Have you or anyone in your family ever seen a spook, specter, or ghost? How about you, Mr. Gumpeteer? You've got a look on your face like a dog that's just been shown a card trick. Are you with us, Mr. Gumpeteer?
It's ghosts is what you're talking about, isn't it? Ghosts.
Yes. Have you ever seen a ghost, sir?
No, I've never seen a ghost. Although they say not to go up to the third barn on a Friday night, but I wouldn't say I necessarily believe that. I just doesn't do it because I am superstitious.
Ah. You are a bit superstitious, so maybe open.
Not fully superstitious, but
no.
I wouldn't butter my bread on both sides. That's all I'm saying.
How about you, Miss Bruno? Ghosts?
Yeah, I mean, there's a ghost in the basement where I usually play games. It's pretty chill, hangs out with me a lot. Not sure when he died, but I think we're friends.
Oh, marvelous! So you've been communicating with the supernatural already. That's very good to hear. How about you, Ms. Wings? Ghosts? Yes? No?
I might have experienced stuff like that, but I don't know if it was actually a ghost or the new diet and stuff I was given for almost a few years ago.
Oh, all right. So I'm gonna write a maybe there. I'll put that down as a perhaps right there. Okay. Mr. Van der Valk, ghosts.
Nah, man.
You don't know.
Nah. I had a buddy who said he saw something, but I think he was drunk off his ass, but
No.
I apologize for the language. I am very sorry.
Okay, next question. Have you
That's okay. This movie is PG-13.
It is.
Have you or any of your family been diagnosed as schizophrenic or mentally incompetent?
I've been called incompetent. Yeah, I've been called incompetent a lot. I have been called that.
Same.
Okay. Same. Vanderwerk, mentally incompetent. All right.
Oh, well,
all right.
Sure.
No, no one I know of, unless there's some like uncle that no one talks to anymore.
Okay, makes sense to me. Anyone here habitually using drugs, stimulants, or alcohol?
No, not habitually, no.
As the one who asked for a cider.
Well, yeah, I drink cider daily, but I don't drink it habitually, no.
Cider does not count. Anyone else? Drugs, alcohol?
No.
No?
Like
Vanderwerk?
a normal person,
So, casual,
I guess.
1 to 2 beers. I'm going to write down 1 to 2 beers. And likes to party now and then. Does not disqualify you necessarily from this position. All right. Anyone here taking any medications for hypertension, insomnia, dizziness? And are you comfortable signing a liability waiver?
Like I take some medication for like other things, but nothing like those things. So, I mean, liability waiver happen all the time. I'd be totally fine with that.
Yeah, the occasional aspirin. So sure. Are we gonna get hurt a lot? Is that like kind of the plan?
There is a risk of some physical danger. I wouldn't describe it
Cool.
as you're going to get hurt a lot, but it's, you'll be out participating in a potentially dangerous activity.
Cool. Sign me up. Yeah.
I don't believe in health and safety. They can go and get stuffed.
All right. Well, this is looking very good right here. Well, it's lovely to meet all of you. You're all hired. And just as she says that, the conference room phone rings, and she picks it up and goes, "Yes. All right. Okay. Lovely. Thank you so much. All right. The car is here. You all start now. What we're going to do now is you've all given me your measurements and your shoe size, so we're all going to go out these doors right here. We're going to go right out into the parking lot where a car is going to take us to get you all briefed and suited up." And so she stands up and walks out of the room. And there is, if to any of you who poke your head around the corner there, you see a white Escalade with a logo decaled on the side that says Pugwats's Pride. And there's a picture of a chicken. Very noble, proud bird standing looking into the sunset.
Looks a bit like the Courage Best rooster, that does, doesn't it?
Sure.
No one here drinks Courage Best, I see. All right, well, that's fine.
Is that like a Lone
I'm
Star?
17.
It's a cheap ale from England.
There you go. Courage is best. That's great. You're gonna love that.
Yeah, literally, Google it. It's got a chicken on it. Courage Best.
All right. So does everybody feel good about getting in the car?
Yeah, I guess I'm assuming that they know that I'm 17 and there aren't any like liability waivers that a guardian or parent would have to sign, or that it's like just cool.
Look, I did stuff. I changed tires in the mid '90s at 17.
Cool, yeah.
I didn't have to sign anything.
Cool, yeah. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
Could have been crushed under the lift. Good, marvelous. All right, I love it. So, Everybody piles in the car. And we now go to that second bit, the big wide shot, right? And this is that shot that's in every one of these movies, is the guy, the car driving down the highway, the big helicopter shot. And I think we got, the next song off the soundtrack is playing, something by Bobby Brown. Who knows, right? Obviously we spent a lot of money on it. So you drive to Lufkin, Texas. You're in the car for about an hour and 15 minutes, right? Long enough to get annoyed, long enough to wonder what in the hell is going on. But Polly is talking on her car phone the entire time to some sort of distributor. This car phone, by the way, is about the size of a shoebox and is in a wonderful black leather cradle that she keeps next to her. You could beat a man to death with it. So you pull up, try and describe the scene to you here. Taking the highway, Lufkin, Texas, you turn around, you turn a corner, you're on a rural highway, and suddenly you see the sky starts to darken, and you go down the street, and on the right side of the street is a massive plant, like a manufacturing facility with a barbed wire, razor wire fence, and a big fiberglass bust of an old man with a pilgrim hat on. And he's got a warm smile looking at you. And over this building is a horrible vortex storm cloud swirling right over Ground Zero, which is this massive facility right there to the right side of the car. And then on the left, directly across the street, is a quaint southern mansion built up off the highway, tucked into the back. And the car opens the gate and it swings open, and you guys drive up, and you all climb out to see this lovely, quaint southern mansion. And Polly walks right in, and as you walk in, you see that all the furniture is covered in white linen. It's kind of eerie. Cue the eerie music, by the way. That would be a good time for the eerie, spooky music.
We'll go for just eerie, not spooky. Got it?
Yes, thank you. Eerie, not spooky. Spooky comes later. So you're going in, and she doesn't really wait to listen to, if you guys have any thoughts or questions for each other. You're kind of saying them to yourselves because she has sort of left you in the dust, and she's walking swiftly through this empty house, taking you towards the back. So you walk through another foyer, through a little garden, and then there's a giant steel walk-in freezer door. And on the wall are 6 heavy coats. And she starts handing you all heavy coats, one after another. As you're going to need to put these on. You. And then she pries open the door. I have to go get my thing on. She pries open the door, and there in the back, you can't hear me. There in the back, in this ice cold walk-in freezer, is an old man in a wheelchair asleep. And on the wall to the left is frozen chicken. And you can see that there's about half as much frozen chicken as there probably could be if this was fully stocked. And on the other side of the room is really a lovely small apartment with a kitchenette and a little personal library. And, he's clearly lives in this room. So Polly walks over and starts poking him. And so she says, Dad, wake up. Dad, they're here. They're here. And you're like, Hen! What? They're here, Dad. They're here. We brought them, I've hired them. They're all here. They're all ready to, be briefed. It's time. Ah, good. Hello. Thank you all for coming.
Hello there.
Who are you? Hello. What's your name? Are you on drugs?
No, I'm not on drugs. No. Hello. My name's Harris.
Harris.
Harris, yeah. Harris Gumpertier.
Good. Have you checked their teeth? Polydenia? They have good teeth? Have you looked at them?
Check their teeth, sir.
Like this. Oh, he'll be all right. That looks good. All right. And you can lift the required amount of weight. That one's small. There. It's tiny.
Yeah, but I can lift stuff.
There you go. I like you that spirit. I like the cut of your jib, and I don't mind hiring children. What about you there, young lady? You're on mute.
God damn it. I mean, yeah, I can like do the stuff that was in the job description. That's why I, applied.
Oh, yes. Good. That shows good reasoning. But don't sass me. How about you? You look disheveled, unkempt.
Well, yeah, I guess. I mean, I wouldn't have applied if I wasn't able to do it.
There you go.
I know I can.
All right, good. All right, sounds good to me. Here's what we're going to do. My name is Pollard Pugwatts. If you kept up with Agricultural Weekly, you'd know that because I've won their Chicken Farmer of the Year award 25 years in a row.
I knew your name from somewhere.
That's right, and I did it because I crushed my enemies.
Where?
Yes. But now I have an enemy, and it seems I cannot crush. Something is wrong with the factory. No one's been in for a week. I've had to close it for almost a month. People who go in are either seriously hurt or scared out of their minds. And they aren't able to tell us what's going on. So here's what I've decided to do. I called a company in New York called Ghostbusters International. I have purchased a franchise package. Cost me a fortune. I spoke to a Dr. Venkman. Sold it to me. Said that I have at least, what did he say, Polydenia? What did he say we had? She's like,
The person that the Ghostbuster says that we are dealing with at least a class 4 focused full torso vaporous apparition. Says it's a real nasty one too. Potentially repeating. Very dangerous.
yes, whatever the hell that means. Does that make sense to any of you?
Cool.
I do love being out here in the States with your gimmicks and stuff. It does make me happy.
Not a gimmick, sir. This comes highly recommended. They apparently stopped some horrible thing in New York, and they're making a fortune now franchising the thing, but I don't care because if this is what it takes to get my factory back, this is what I'm going to do. So,
Right you are, sir. Right you are.
Polydenia will go with you. She insists on going, despite my protesting. I don't want you going in there.
She's like, and then she sort of looks at all of you because she won't make eye contact with her father, by the way. He just embarrasses her to know it. She's like, someone has to explain to them how you operate all this equipment. I'll be going in with you as sort of a field supervisor. We also have to turn the power back on in the factory. So I'm going to be escorting you through, showing you where the power box is. And if you have any trouble with the equipment, I'll have this. And she sort of reaches over onto a table and picks up a large multi-ringed binder with a Ghostbusters logo on it that clearly is the instructions for all of this. And she sort of holds it up and shows it to you. So he says,
all right. I'll tell you, this has to happen today, and I want it taken care of. Got to go in there,
get the power back on, find out why no one could go in without being terrified or assaulted. There also seems to be an odd storm brewing above the factory. I want to know if that has anything to do with it too. So Polydenia is going to take you across in a moment. First, you're going to suit up. Any questions?
Who are you gonna call?
What?
That was it. That was my question.
Do you understand that reference, Polydenia? And she like holds up the book and it like says it across the front. So you're gonna go here. Oh, that's very cute. Yes, congratulations. You're a Ghostbuster now, and if this works, if you manage to clean out the facility and get this all taken care of, then I'm going to have you four be the new Southwest chapter of the Ghostbusters.
Cool.
And we're going to make a fortune. And I've told Polydenia she can run it. She's clearly tired of running this chicken factory, which was her birthright and my life's work. But no, she wants to run some silly ghost thing in Dallas.
Sounds to me like you're somewhat sore about that, sir.
I've eaten chicken every day of my life for 72 years, and it has kept me virile and healthy like a ox. And she should stay here and work on this, but I will take the factory after I'm gone. It'll be a long time. But, all right. I want to go back to my nap. Polydenia, take them on. Wake me up when there's nothing. I've got my factory back. She escorts the four of you out. By the way, I hope everyone enjoyed. So she leads you out, and she shakes her head. She's just completely embarrassed and completely annoyed with her insane father. And you guys walk down a long hall to a warehouse right next to off the mansion, and there are pallets inside. And this is where I'm going to hand things over to you guys. I'm going to read to you what is in this room. And if everybody just wanted to make a little note of what all they have with them, okay? Because everybody's got to kind of gear up, and it's going to have a little different configurations. On the table, three proton packs, okay? Okay. 1 positively charged slime blower, okay? 3 traps, 2 pairs of goggles, 2 PKE meters, jumpsuits for everybody to fit you like a glove, boots for everybody, and elbow and knee pads for everybody. And when everybody gets suited up, Polly slaps a sticker with your last name there on your jumpsuit. So I want you guys to kind of take a second and tell me who is carrying what and kind of how you want to combine yourselves with this gear.
Gear up music. Went for it.
So 3 proton packs, and then the possibly charged. Either
I can carry 85 pounds. That's what I was told I needed to carry.
And always less than that. That's the point. Is it's heavy. You know, it's enough for everybody to have like something on their back, and there's only 2 goggles, so only 2 people are going to wear goggles, and there's only 2 PKA meters, and 1 person is not going to have a trap. That's really the thing. Just so we can kind of coordinate the 4 of you before you take on the mission. So who has the slime blower?
Well, I'm wondering, do any of these require to be thrown? Because I'm quite good at throwing things.
Traps are thrown.
I'll take a trap.
I feel like the slime blower is like the coolest thing, so yes, please.
okay, they have slime blower. Proton packs for the rest of us.
Mm-hmm.
We're noting this down.
Who's taking PK meters?
Evie will take one.
Cool.
Someone else
Because
can
that's how you're gonna. Polly kind of explains that that's how you're gonna. She's kind of reading out of the book, and that's how you're gonna track, where they are in the facility. And she starts to read a little bit of text from this massive book that she says she's kind of like skimming it. She's like, so you should know that space is quantized. That the ability to manipulate quantum instabilities is in fact a fifth form of energy, in addition to be commonly accepted for, which is, of course, everybody knows, gravitic, electromagnetic, weak, and strong nuclear.
Oh yeah,
the bottom line-
everybody knows those, of course. Yeah.
Of course, I knew you guys could keep up, and so of course, what that means is the demons, boogeymen, and anything that's in there is all uses the same form of energy called psychokinetic energy, or PK, and the PK meter there in your hand is going to help take levels and hopefully lead us to whatever malfeasance is hiding in the facility. All right. So, any thoughts, questions, concerns as you gear up?
Well, I reckon I should have some goggles and a trap, and one of you lot should probably have some goggles too, don't you reckon?
Maybe the one with the slime.
Yeah, are they cool goggles?
Yes. They're
Cool.
the ones-
Yeah, sure. I'll take some goggles then.
I'll take the EPK.
Who are the two people with PK meters? Okay. All right, cool. Wings and Vendavalk. All right, wonderful. So we have our wicked suit up montage. Pants. Whew, you got the backpack. It's heavy as shit. You got the thing. She shows you how to turn it on. Ka-ching! She explains how they're now recently licensed nuclear accelerators, whose cells have a half-life of 5,000 years, and it's just kind of giving you a little bit of information about how they work. So, of course, now it is, of course, revealed, folks, here at 2 Central, that we are playing West End Ghostbusters from 1988. This is a D6 system, and it is one of the original Rules Light games. So you've got your 4 stats.
I was so curious for so long.
It's awesome. So when you're ready, it'll be time to go across the street here in the afternoon and approach the facility. Any last things to do before you leave? Sounds like no.
Not
Well, I
really.
think we're all right.
Everybody's feeling good. Okay. All right. So walk across the street. You get out of the driveway of the mansion. You're walking 4 abreast. Just Ghostbusters looking great. And as you're walking across the street, see that local news has showed up. Channel 7 in their live truck are across the street, and a kind of handsome older male reporter who's with thinning hair is interviewing a kind of a Farmer Brown type across the street, kind of a, got the overalls and the corn husk sticking out of his mouth and the kind of the straw hat, and he's just total cliche standing there talking to the news. And as you get closer, you hear him mention, "That's right, we've moved all the remaining chickens over here into the side yard over here, and I'm currently taking care of them while the factory is shut. But no, we don't know why people aren't allowed, why people, what's going on inside. We know that, it's closed for now, and that means a lot of jobs currently, not being filled." So, and right mid-sentence, the reporter, out of the corner of his eye, sees you guys crossing the street and completely stops listening to the old guy, just runs over to the 4 of you and goes, "Oh,
Does it go slow motion as we walk across the street?
oh yeah, it's the
All of our
rest
strides are Cool. The reporter looks up like,
It's like 4 Ghostbusters come straight. It's like his eyes go huge. It's like jackpot. Runs over. Excuse me. Can I get a? Are you guys? What is this? You guys look like Ghostbusters. Are you from New York?
Ghostbusters.
Tell us a little bit about what you're hoping to do in there. Do you know what the situation is inside the factory? What's going on?
I mean, like, part of our job is investigating, so we have to get that information first by going in. So, also probably classified.
Yeah, the other part of our job is discretion, and that's it.
Okay.
That's all I have to say.
All right. Well, as you can see, Ghostbusters are on the scene, and the things are getting tense here in front of the Pugwats's Pride Chicken Factory. We're going to make sure to keep you updated here on Channel 7 News. And then he shuts down and goes, "Oh my God, that was amazing, guys. That was awesome. Look, can I come in with you? Can we follow you around? Can we come in?" And Polly is shaking her head. No.
Sir, I don't think that's a good idea.
Honestly, I don't know what I'm doing. You could get hurt.
Yeah.
All right. Well, listen, we're going to be waiting right out here. We go live at 10 again, so we'd love to catch you on your way out. Sure, it's going to go great. Big fan. And he's like, thumbs up, and he's looking at his photographer like, yes.
We totally should have taken the cameras. We could have gotten famous.
Oh, well, if it's famous anyway, that'd just probably land us in a load of trouble, wouldn't it?
I agree with him.
I
Probably
guess.
best just to lay low, I reckon. We can be black market ghost hunters.
Is that
We were already just on the news.
Brains
Maybe a
one.
little late. For
Brains
that.
one.
You guys are walking, you're a bunch of badasses, and the Farmer Brown type kind of waves you over to the main gate. Walk up to him. "How are y'all doing? Good afternoon. My name is Park Street. Very pleased to meet you. How are you?" Holds his hand out like this. Shakes your hand. One of these guys who shakes your hand with his palm flat to the ground. Just pleased to meet you. How are you? Very nice. Thank you all so much for coming today. Listen, I'm gonna let you in right over here. Listen, y'all be careful. I know Polly's going in with you, so you should be fine. I'll just be over here in the chicken yard. Y'all just be good. He unlocks the gate. It's one of these big gates for a car, so it goes wide. Thunder rolls above the chicken processing plant, and unless you guys have any questions for him, and anything, he's just kind of waving you on in, and you guys walk towards the plant, and you just half hear him say, as you walk in, "Be careful, have fun, Yog-Sothoth is the gate." All right. And then he closed the gate. Y'all just kind of half hear him say that as Polly walks you up to the front doors and walks in, and it's spooky. Cue the spooky. It's time for spooky.
Spooky.
Now, if this were an episode of The Real Ghostbusters, if you watch them, and I have been, there's about 4 music changes in an average episode of The Real Ghostbusters. And I encourage all of you here at 2:09 p.m. to, not right now, of course, but enjoy the soundtrack to The Real Ghostbusters, because it's wonderful. And that's what you're hearing right now. Deathly quiet in the lobby of the Pugwats's Pride Chicken Factory this afternoon. Your boots click on the cold tile floor. There's no lights on. There are windows, so long streaks of afternoon light cut through the blue, crisp dim light, and there's little dust motes floating in the air. And before you can really speak, Polly, under her breath, goes. She points to the right, and she goes, "Those are the employee lockers." And then she points to the left. Those are the. That's the model kitchen and the kind of the. We have like a little set. Sometimes we do some shooting over there, so there's kind of a model kitchen, cafeteria, break room over there. And then right through here, the chicken is the main processing plant and the main floor for the processing. And it says here in the book that we start by taking PKE valences.
Well, I don't know. From the way the music just went, I think it's all going to be in that production facility. It got real dramatic on that bit. Sorry, too meta.
We just got a gut. I was about to say we're doing some wonderful wall breaking, and I think that's totally fine. What could possibly? Why would anybody? Ooh, that is scary. I had to turn it up. Oh. All right, so we got to tighten up here, people. Wings. Vandervalk.
Yep.
What do you do? Feel the PKE meter on your hip is kind of humming.
Colin takes it out, and he just sort of stares at it. He's never been the best with equipment like this, but looks familiar enough. Kind of looks like some sort of like superhero thing, which sort of he's digging it. He's digging it. But he's definitely looking at Wings with a "please help me, oh god" look in his eyes.
Also, we have hit 10 retweets, everyone. In fact, we hit it a while ago. We hit it in like the first 5 minutes, but I just keep forgetting to mention it because it's been so good.
So I roll a D100?
Yeah, you can roll a D100, or you can get us to roll it. It's entirely up to you. You're in charge, boss.
Oh, all right. I'll roll it while Oh goodness. All right. So keep talking. I want to hear from Wings and Vandervalk, who have just heard from Polly that they're supposed to take PK. Now this is a brains roll, and then I want also what everybody. And another thing, talking about the Ghostbusters game, is you've got 4 main skills here: brains, muscles, moves, and cool. And then you chose a talent, which is a sub thing for each of those 4 traits, and that gives you a bonus to a roll. So is there a talent for brains, either one of you, that would be applicable, even in a general way, to sensitive ghost hunting equipment like this PKE meter?
Colin's a Jeopardy enthusiast, so he's very wild on trivia.
Oh,
So
right, it's
he knows
trivia.
all kinds of useless things for daily life, but he can exactly tell you, the stuff you read in the back of magazines, like very, very useless stuff.
Love that. So maybe has heard the concept of psychokinetic energy at least once, with all this useless knowledge rolling around. Believe me, as someone with a world of useless knowledge rolling around in his head, myself personally, I can relate. So why don't you take you get a +3 to using the PKE meter. Now that is, so you would roll however many dice you have for brains, and then add 3 to your result, and you're looking to beat a 10. Same for you, Wings.
I'm gonna say that she has her talent is mental gymnastics, so be able to look at a problem and just try to get to the end of it, like through various. My brain's trying to figure out how to say it. My brain's not doing mental gymnastics right now. Wow. I have.
Okay.
Yeah, but
Okay. Yeah. Sort of
That
a
makes
roundabout. She's very smart. She's crafty, and she learns quickly.
yeah.
But I am not going to give you a +3, Kiana.
Okay. Yeah, she is
I'm
not.
not.
Yep. Right.
Okay. So
No, but
everybody,
she-
go ahead. The two of you roll brains.
It's a D6, right?
Yes. Okay, so cool. So one other thing about the Ghostbusters mechanic that's fun is there's supposed to be a ghost die, right? A lot of these West End games, West End Star Wars like this, is one die, it's a different color, something like that. You roll a 6 on it, something good happens. You roll a 1 on it, you botch the roll. It's really just one specific die, but you can't do that in roll 20. So what we're going to do is I'm going to say that if you had more 6s than 1s, something awesome happens. If you have more 1s than 6s, something terrible happens. So this is great. I see 2 6s here. You guys both got a thing. So you both get a really thorough reading for the front of the chicken processing plant. There is a medium reading coming from your left from this model kitchen-like area. Coming from the left, but the big burying the needle mother load is clearly coming from right in front of you in the main chicken processing floor through the big doors.
Well, it's clearly beeping like really, really loud towards that area.
I mean, yeah, which like probably makes sense considering what Gumpeteer said. Like, you know, how like something about traumatic, whatever. And it seems like dramatically appropriate if it's there, so probably that's where we want to go. But there's like also like a thing off to the left.
Yeah, but I think like if you think about it, if like I don't know much about ghosts to be honest, but if you think about them as like I would say, I don't know, animals or something, they probably have like a place they want to be, or I mean like where they burrow or something like that. Do ghosts burrow? I don't know.
I don't really know.
Uh,
I'm still trying to like wrap my head around the fact that like ghosts are real.
I guess what I'm saying is I guess we gotta like look for the ghost nest, and I think this is leading us towards the ghost nest. And normally I'd
Whoever's off to the left starts coming towards you as you guys are talking about this.
Well, that seems a bit creepy now, doesn't it? What does your
This-
meter say about that?
That's probably bad news.
Cool, cool, cool.
So does anybody know how to work any of our other stuff?
I think mine's pretty point and shoot. Not positive though.
Yeah, okay. So are we gonna book it or because I'm getting nervous, I'm not gonna lie.
I tell you what, I can throw a trap and book it. How about we do that? That'll distract it.
That's actually not a bad idea.
All right,
Yeah,
so
sure.
Polly kind of looks to you and goes, "You're not going to run, are you?" And then she starts walking behind you, turning on your proton packs.
I'm just saying, move on ahead. Oh god, these
Now
things.
there are 2 settings on your neutrino wands. One is an attack setting. You see that there? That's that black switch. And then you switch it to the other side. That's a capture setting. So what it says here in the book, so you turn it on the attack setting, you point, you shoot, we weaken the ghost, we decrease its PK energy, and then you're able to trap it. Now it says here that it takes at least 2 ghosts to trap it. And then she looks up and she looks toward the doorway of the left and she stops absolutely frozen. And you guys look over your shoulders, and in the dim light coming down the hallway is a spectral blue chicken walking down the hall, twitching.
Holy clock.
What do ghost chickens eat? Why
Ghost
did the
corn
ghost chicken cross the road?
to get to our side.
Oh, that brings a new level to that joke, it does. And I was just thinking it looks like the best bittercock.
Oh, is that also beer?
It's the same one, yeah.
Two more chickens come out from the doorway.
Oh,
Oh.
good. Okay.
I think that like maybe we should do the thing. Like, I don't know.
I'm
Maybe like attack it.
Yeah, I've
Ooh.
just got a slime blaster.
I don't know, slime the chicken.
You want me to slime the chicken?
I don't know.
Polly's like, okay, I'm looking at the pot on slime. Hold on. Give me just a second.
Yes, please read us the rules on slime, Polly.
As the chickens are coming at us.
I'm so glad there's a manual.
So there's now 8 spectral chickens
I don't have a
Wandering
proton pack.
around the room. It says here that the proton packs can vaporize and the slime blower can... The positively charged slime pushes away negative energy, that negatively charged ghosts and apparitions fear the slime. It can also be used to free a possessed individual if a ghost should take over someone, which can happen apparently. The slime is apparently can be useful in ridding a human form of a foreign spirit. So there's that. It might work. I don't know, but
So,
there's more
okay.
of them.
So they're coming down a hall right now?
Yes. Yes, you're in the main lobby, and to the left, these ghost chickens are. And they're not coming towards you per se. It's like if you just let chickens walk around, they just do whatever they're doing. They're just walking.
Right. There's just a bunch of ghost chickens.
Should we just?
Okay, but are they like separated? Like they're in a hallway and we're in a room, or they're all in the room with us?
They are at. This is a pretty large hallway because a lot of people work here. So it's
Okay.
it's the big room that you would walk in when they first there. So they are at long range. So this is the other thing about Ghostbusters. There's a point blank, normal, and long range. Okay. Right now they are at long range, which is about 25 feet away from you, and they're slowly walking into the room.
Okay, I want to run up to where the area where the hall is and just like spray a line of slime like on the ground.
Cool. That's great. All right. So you come forward. The chickens are just kind of moving, and then you pull that latch on the top, and it kind of. I watched this last night. It was great. You paint a line across the floor, and the chickens walk up to it, and then they kind of peck at it, and then they twitch, and the one that pecks at it slowly disappears.
Y'all
Really?
figure out how to use those proton packs stat.
Yeah, sure.
Well, I suppose I just pull the trigger, don't I?
I guess so.
Actually, it's the button right there at your thumb, right there on the top.
Yeah, Evie will just hit it.
I think
Hit me at the.
Who all hits it? Come on, we gotta enjoy this one. All three of them.
definitely gonna hit a ghost.
Harris definitely looks down the barrel first,
Colin's on that.
All right, so this is great. I mean, it's the part that you're most looking forward to. Really, the proton wands erupt with yellow and pink and blue light. Sparks fly from the tip. They kick like a mule. It's like a shotgun that won't stop firing. You've got to fight it to point it, and it's shredding the wall. It's ripping up tile. It's turning over the time card puncher kiosk on the side. You've caused thousands of dollars in property damage in an instant, and the chickens vaporize. They flap.
And it's the best thing we've done so far today.
Oh yeah.
And they one by one they vaporize. You can see their ectoplasmic energy twist, and the protons streams flying out of your proton packs disrupt their PK energy, and you dispatch this flying it's mass of ghost chickens.
Colin turns to Polly and he goes, "We're not paying for that. That is calculated in the general expenses. Just for the record."
I love that. Yeah, you turn to her and her face is like ashen. Like she had Clearly, Dr. Venkman back at HQ did not tell the client that you can cause mad. She's just like astonished that this much damage happened so quickly.
How do we turn the bloody things off?
Yours is still on, and you're just shredding it. And she like, and like reaches over and pulls your hand off of it. By then, you've thrown it into the ceiling, knocking down those cheap shit ceiling tiles, and showing the air conditioning in the ceiling, and the foam is falling down, the insulation, and God knows what, the asbestos of this weird old factory. And
yeah. I mean, in our defense, we got rid of the ghost chickens. So, high fives?
I'll give you a high five indeed, my love. There you go.
Yeah.
That's great. You gotta have the mutual high. Go ahead.
So like we got rid of those ones, but like there's a really big presence in the other room. So maybe we have to go check that out.
It's probably a ghost rooster.
How would that like be different than like a ghost chicken in terms of like presence? So
Bigger. Angrier.
Cockier.
Definitely angrier.
shrug.
It could be worse. It could be a goose.
Oh god.
Oh, way worse, yeah.
That's much worse. Definitely worse.
Especially
No, I mean, of course, there's still work to do, but we've got to be proud of ourselves for, like, that little bit, right? I mean, that was pretty badass, right? Like, come on, you felt it too. That was pretty badass.
It was cool.
Yeah, it was like pretty awesome.
Yeah.
As you all are high-fiving each other and feeling it, which is great. You got the leather gloves on, they got those big guys high-fiving. You all look like $1 million. And it's like, Polly, you look over your shoulder and you see Polly has walked over to the right next to the main giant steel door that's going to go to the next room. And she's pulling hard hats off the wall and handing them to each one of you as you enjoy your moment. And she's clearly horrified and ready to get this show on the road. So she hands you your hats and she just looks at each of you and goes, "Put that on." Walks over to the door, takes out the pin, opens the thing, and walks this giant door back. Big, 18-inch thick bastard slowly opens up. And inside is a very dark, massive room of this chicken processing plant with no power. And there are skylights in the ceiling, so a little bit of afternoon light is coming down and throwing shadows all over the place because there's so many conveyor belts and belts taking chicken from one machine to another, huge tanks, big boxes, and then on the wall you see just racks of eggs all down the side. And Polly kind of gestures towards the door.
Can I ask why the door is that heavy?
Well, the whole thing is temperature controlled, and to make sure we don't get salmonella, you'll have to walk through this brief trench right here. And she points at the floor. There's like a 2-inch gap. I've been in a chicken factory, and it was the weirdest part of being there is you actually step into this 2-inch hole, sunken bit in the floor filled with blue liquid that disinfects your shoes. And she goes, so the door is to make sure for salmonella and just to make sure the whole thing doesn't get contaminated. There's 2 actual employee entrances. The one is down the hall on the other side by the lockers. But this is the main door that we all go in. So if you'll all just please make sure that your boots get into the blue disinfecting liquid right here, we'll just go on in.
All right. Seems legit.
Yeah.
Does it?
Everything about this is legit.
Totally, like, not super sketchy.
Not at all.
I'm a little nervous, somewhat. I don't mind saying.
I'm just
We were-
nervous of the idea of a ghost goose.
A ghost goose is terrifying.
It would be, like, even worse. It's like a Canadian goose. Those things are, like, evil.
And Polly's like freaking out. She's like, there are no geese. There are no geese. We do not process geese here, okay?
All right. Then very big angry chicken.
Mm-hmm.
Don't think that it's the chickens doing it. One of the people who ran from here told me that they saw old faces when they were in here. I don't know quite what that means, but I don't think a chicken is
Like-
going to be the problem.
Old faces. Hmm?
I'm gonna ask, because I feel like it warrants a question. Did anything happen here? Like, on company record? And even if it's not happened, like, in the papers, did it happen here? Like, accidents, not so much accidents.
Yeah, maybe like an untimely death or someone who feels particularly wronged or murder. Like, cut to the chase. Like,
Murder. That's a bad one.
Yeah, who died
that's
here?
a
There has
bad one.
been-
I'm not saying that should be it, but I'm just saying like ghosts. Ghosts have reasons, right?
All right, now listen, there has been no murder. None. And this
Okay,
is
what
the-
about untimely deaths or people who feel wronged in some way?
We did have, just like any industrial, facility, we've had accidents, and yes, about 4 years ago, we had 3 employees who thought it would be fun to drink, and they fell into the feathering machine and were killed instantly. And so, feel comfortable sharing that with you. We're all working together. It made the papers. We paid the insurance. It's a terrible tragedy, but they shouldn't have been drinking Mad Dog 2020 and climbing on the equipment after hours. So that's their own fault. The power box is right over here. We're walking.
Right. They should have been drinking one of those best beers that Harris keeps mentioning. Sorry, Gumpetier. We're supposed to be referring to each other by our last names, right?
Oh, are we? Right.
I think that's part of like the shtick.
You notice that Polly has walked off.
I
She's
think
walking towards the right wall in the room.
I think we should follow her because I don't know, a chicken might eat her. Let's just go.
I also think she knows more than she's telling us.
Definitely.
But why don't we try tying her up and see if that makes the ghost happy?
Well, we can always try when we find the ghost, because I don't feel like lugging her around. This thing is heavy enough.
That was a better reason than I had. So, yep. Let's just let her walk on her own 2 feet, and if it calls for it, we have a backup plan.
Yeah.
As you're talking about this, you hear a stirring over your left shoulder. You look over at that wall of eggs, and you're not very far into the room. You're kind of in the front transom of this facility, and there's catwalks, and there's like a row of lockers on the side and some tables. But over on the left are just these steel racks of thousands of eggs that have now been sitting there for a week, and they're shaking. Shaking.
There's one thing I know about eggs, and that is that they generally do not do that. So I suggest we move.
They start popping and cooking. Cooked egg starts flying.
Oh my.
Colin's power walking towards Polly.
Yeah.
Okay, so what does everybody do?
Trying to book it.
Is there anything to like hide behind or
Yes, there's machinery everywhere. So that's one of the things we're going to try to talk about is a dodge, sort of to move around. If you're going to dodge or whatever, that's a moves roll. And Wings would get a bonus because she's so athletic. And I'm also going to say that Gumpeteer is going to get a bonus too, because he's certainly been in this sort of room before. He understands, probably what this machine does, what that machine does, and has sort of a sense for an agricultural processing facility. And then all the eggs, one after another, from these shelves begin to fly at you like Vietnam.
Yeah,
Eggs firing like a machine gun.
I'm gonna try and get behind one of those pieces of machinery.
Yep, gonna dodge out of the way.
Same.
Everybody make a
dodging
moves
away.
roll.
I raise my arms.
And I get a bonus.
Everybody who's dodging, make a moves roll. Or as Gumpeteer, you are not. You're just gonna stand there and go like,
Oh my. Oh dear.
Oh boy.
For a bonus, is that just a bonus die or?
+3 to your roll.
This is extremely painful.
Then get
No,
behind the
it's,
machine.
no. Let's make sure we get this right. Kiana, it's +3 dice.
Oh, plus 3
Roll.
dice.
Yes.
Okay. Hold on.
Okay, and then that's Vandervalk's roll. We've got a 1. So Vandervalk, you just get annihilated with eggs. They hit you in the gut, they hit you in the groin, they hit you in the nose, they hit you in the rib. You just got full-on high school egged.
Oh god, they're scrambling him.
Meanwhile, Wings does a beautiful somersault with a proton pack on, by the way. Just brilliantly, just walking through it like Catherine Zeta-Jones in Entrapment. Just beautifully navigating this sea of flying eggs in the dark. It's a gorgeous moment. Meanwhile, Mars ducks behind a piece of gear, narrowly avoiding a massive just barrage of eggs that smash against the side of this stainless steel monstrosity you're hiding behind, and you get a little bit of a runny, gross old egg on your jumpsuit, but you're all right. Not anything like the smattering that Vandervalk has taken. And also, Gumpeteer, who didn't even really dodge, is also now covered in old eggs. And so for Vandervalk, you take 3 damage, which for you have everyone has 30 brownie points. So that is both your life and sort of your karma pool, if you're looking at it from like a Marvel superhero standpoint. So you can spend it to improve your rolls, but at the detriment of your main health. So Vandervalk has taken 3, and Gumpeteer takes 2. What is your muscles, Gumpeteer?
I've got 5 in muscles.
Oh yeah, so yeah, you just you absorb one of them, and really just the one that smacked you right in your tenderness, right in your special purpose, right in your union suit area.
The crown jewels, we usually call them.
Your philosophy has taken a hard strike from a flying a flying egg. So just then, the power starts to come back on. Lights start to blink. Machinery starts to move. And odd smells start to fill the air. And
It's not a particularly well lit place in the first place, but it is like lights start to come on. You start to be able to kind of get your sense of things. And meanwhile, all the egg racks get pushed over one by one. Slam, 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 all the way down, one after another. Bang, 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 all the way to the back of the room, and you can hear it. This room is so big that you can hear it going all the way to the back, all these racks falling on their side. And as you're so distracted, I need everyone to give me a moves roll.
I nearly typed /moves then. That's not going to work, is it?
This music is hysterical, by the way.
I'm glad you're liking it.
I think
It's
this is
perfect.
pretty much perfect.
Wow, everyone did so well.
Everyone did really well.
Wow.
Okay. So Mars, all of a sudden, there's like this piping going from one machine to another, moving some sort of foul liquid, some sort of leavings from these animals, from one machine to the other, and the pipes bust out and fly at you and wrap you up tight. And it's so tight that you feel like your eyeballs are popping out of your head.
Ow.
And if you want to make me a muscles roll,
Yeah. I will do that. I don't think
everybody
that
hears this happen.
I was gonna see if I could argue my talent, but I don't think it is suitable for here. So that is not great.
No, you got a 1.
I
So it
did.
has got you. It has got you. So not only do you have a 1, but you take 4 brownie points damage.
Awesome.
And it has really got a hold of Mars. What do you do?
Now would be a good time to use those proton packs.
But
Well,
wait,
you
won't it possibly hurt? Like, won't it like possibly hurt you?
Yeah, we will definitely hit you. Have you seen the corridor back there?
Okay, I don't know. Just figure it out, please.
I don't know.
Why don't we just try and pry it off you? And Harris will wander up and try and pull the stuff off you. Just gonna put my foot in your back. You'll be alright. Would that be cool? Can I try and do that? Can I try and...
So roll.
Mars
roll
is not
muscle.
opposing right now. Her eyes are popping out of her head. She
All right,
can't.
so Gumpeteer moves to grab onto these pipes. And here in a second, you're going to make a muscles roll. But just as that happens, you hear 3 loud explosions. Now, not like a fire explosion, but more like something bursting out of something else. And Wings, having, done this elegant, graceful anti-egg maneuver, turns and sees the feathering machine. It's this massive square, this massive stainless steel box with these conveyor belts that go in one end and out the other. And as if it's just exploding out, that curls the stainless steel out like a blown shotgun in a Looney Tunes cartoon. One full torso, horrifying ghost wearing a cow costume. It's got long arms. It's got a crazy face and these weird legs with these old leather shoes, but he's wearing like a cheap Halloween cow outfit. And he's laughing hysterically. And he's flying around the room. And then a second one. Bang! This one is another full humanoid vaporous apparition who's got big bags of green eggs. And he's got fistfuls of these eggs. And he's screaming with terrible laughter. And swooping and going right towards Vandervalk with fistfuls of green eggs,
Oh no, you don't.
bearing down on him. And then a third one right at the top. Boom! Splinters the top of the machine. It's a big guy with a chef's hat on and 2 real butcher knives. Big fat guy with a big triple chin. It's massive, like those guys who play bagpipes and have blown out their windpipe. They've been playing bagpipes so long they look like a toad on a log. And he's going, and he goes right down towards Wings.
So, like, 100% these are the guys who died in the feathering machine, right? The 3? Yeah, no. Yep,
Looks like it.
yep. Help, please.
Can I roll my might roll now then? Is that...
Yes.
Is that good? Is 4 a good number? I hope so.
Look at it. Oh, you got a 21. So this is great. So you just completely free Mars Bruno from her thing. Now it's going to take you the round. So this is what you're doing in this round. But yes, in this round you managed to free her, and he's just strong as an ox. These things come right off. And once you start to get in there, the grip starts to loosen, and then the 2 of you notice these 3 class 4 full torso vaporous apparitions. And class 4, ladies and gentlemen, for those of you keeping score at home, because I love this, their identity is established. They have distinct human form and personality, such as General Custer or Cleopatra. And so there you go. It's pretty cool. So, and Polly screams like, "It's them! It's them! This is why we automated! Was they fell into the damn feathering machine!" And she's like flipping through the book furiously, like trying to find something that will be helpful. So, Wings and Vandervalk get an action before the next round when the ghosts get to act.
Okay. I've got a ghost with butcher knives coming right at me. That's fine.
Travis playing the ghost is my favorite part so far.
Yeah. I am.
Best part.
Yeah, I'm gonna switch on my proton pack.
Yeah.
And hope to God I hit.
Okay, so that's a moves roll. Proton packs firing is all a moves roll.
Heck yeah.
And he's at normal range, so you got to beat a 10.
Okay.
Boom.
Yeah.
All right, so this is on the attack setting. So what happens is he's bearing down on you, and you turn it on, and this arc comes right out and slaps it right across the face, and sparks fly, and then he spins. You see in the movie where they spin real fast in the air, like I remember I was thinking about this. Remember when we were kids, Boles action. You get like a balloon, you put a penny in it, and then you throw it. The balloon goes. So he's spinning like a top, like crazy in midair, and then he swacks into one of the machines, and an ectoplasm sphere in his body shape, or not sphere, but an ectoplasm shape in his body shape is remaining against the machine. So he disappears for a second. You just smashed him with your proton pack there.
And thank you very much to Mal Hidale, who donates £10 for someone to get a minor magical item more similar to help them in this fight.
Oh, right, that. God help me. Okay, it's time for
And we've hit 20 retweets now as well.
oh god,
I'm just
Thought I
gonna
just
throw
got
it all
you.
on you. So much.
everybody gets $50. I'll PayPal it to you. Don't do that, they'll clean me out. I'm broke. So now it's Vandervalk's turn. What do you do? A horrible class 4 free floating vaporous apparition is bearing down on you with fistfuls of green eggs. What do you do, Vandervalk?
Well, proton pack immediately, no question. Like right in the face, preferably, but anywhere's fine, really.
Give me a moves roll. You're further back and you're covered with eggs. So it's a hard difficulty. You got to beat a 20.
All right. Which I'm not gonna beat. There is no way.
All right, so you turn it on and you miss terribly, and it causes a ton of damage. And you just wipe out this big circular stainless steel tank, and the ghost dodges it and gets right up on you, and he's just about to throw some eggs just right at you.
Oh.
Okay, so ghost turn 250. We're gonna keep this show going. Here we go. So, where are my men here? Let's see. Let's learn to DM live on the internet. So this is these are Paul. You hear Paulie scream, "It's the Galtieri brothers! They're crazy! One of them hit on me all the fucking time."
Was that the F-bomb?
That's my F-bomb. You guys get one. So the one in the cow costume bears down towards Mars and Gumpeteer, but then swings clear of them right over the both of your heads and goes right for Polly. And he goes slamming straight towards her and then right into her. And he's gone. Meanwhile, the one with the butcher knives swirls back around and is like disoriented but crazy and is slowly coming towards you and won't get to do anything else this round. Meanwhile, Paulie throws a bunch of eggs at our man Vandervalk here, and we're gonna make a roll here. I don't know how to. Misses terribly, and green, foul-smelling spectral eggs go pap, 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 but miss you. You're in the clear this round. All right, everybody good? What do you do next? Let's go around. Next round.
Well, I've got one of them packs on, and I.
You do.
So I guess I'll put my thumb on the button.
Who are you shooting at?
I'm whichever one's closest to Mars, because I'm aware that Mars doesn't have a proton pack. You see, so I'm
Egg
gonna
guy.
look after her.
Thank you. And we are like still kind of close together, right? Because of you helped with.
In
the-
my mind's eye, yes, we
Right.
are. Yeah,
Right.
Yeah, I see it too.
back to back.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Okay, so roll. Okay, so that's what you're gonna do. So roll moves. You guys are gonna go first.
Oh, that's a terrible roll.
Oh man, you got a 1, but you did.
Oh,
pass.
no.
So you you let it rip. It kicks like a mule, and it goes exploding out, and you miss the egg guy, and he turns and he lifts up the other hand he had with another handful of eggs, and you just destroy a piece of machinery next to it that cuts off your easy exit back to the door. Right, you've knocked over this whole thing that has now fallen between the group and the door that you entered the room from. Yes. Okay. Let's go to Mars. Bruno, what do you do?
Okay, well, that didn't work, so I'm going to try and blast it with slime, see if we could at least slow it down a bit.
Beautiful. Give me a moves roll. How about wings? Jet.
Oh, and okay, so this is my question. For moves, I picked hand-eye coordination as like my talent. Can
I
I
love it.
use that as far as like aiming here?
Yes.
Perfect. Okay. Oof.
Yeah, but they even out.
They do.
They do. So you got a 24. So you were aiming at the egg guy.
Yeah, the one that Harris or Gumpeteer just tried to.
So you blast this slime, and it just, it just goes everywhere. And the ghost clearly hates it, but it does not touch him, and it doesn't cause him to run. But it obviously pisses him off.
Not sure if that was a good thing. Sorry. I'm like imagining like Gumpeteer and Bruno are just like literally back to back right now, and they just like swung around so that she could aim the slime next, and then like swung back around so that they can both kind of like look in the same direction and like.
He looks mad. He don't look too happy.
Nope. Yeah, that didn't work like I wanted it to. We didn't read the manual very, very clearly.
I can't read too good, to be honest.
We should have had Polly read more to us while we were out in the lobby.
Hindsight 2020. Yeah, Wings is just gonna try to hit the same ghost that she has on her with proton pack.
Okay, yeah, you want to... Okay, so the butcher is coming back around. It's you versus him. He's at medium range because he's coming right back at you.
Mm-hmm.
Now you've hit him once. So one of the things that Polly briefed you on back in the thing is you can now attempt to capture him by changing the setting on the proton pack to the capture setting.
Yeah, we'll give that a shot.
Beautiful.
All right, so with the
Roll
move
race.
roll,
Gotta beat a 10.
15.
Beautiful. So for the first time, Wings hits it, and not only does it reach out and hit him, but it gets him, and it curls around the butcher, and he's struggling with it, and he's bucking, and you've got to hold on to him, and this is crazy. This is like, it's one of the great things about this. It's like reverse fishing. This thing's fighting you like hell, and you got the power of this thing, fighting you too, and so everybody kind of that can see it notices that Wings has successfully got the butcher in her proton stream and caught him. And he's going all around. Okay, so the ghost with the eggs. Wait, we have to keep announcing what we're doing. Hold on. Who hasn't gone?
Me.
There you go. What are you doing?
What I'm doing is, because Polly's still weird, isn't she? Like, is she still chucking eggs?
You turn to look at Polly, and she was about 6 or 8 feet from you. When you turn to look at her and give her your attention, she's standing right in front of your face. And she smiles, and she grabs you by the throat. And she's
Colin
got
screams.
You try to scream, but you can't because something very strong. She is freakishly powerful, and she has got you by the windpipe. She grabs you by the neck and starts to lift you up off the ground.
I hold on to her hands and I try to wring them off my neck whilst I sort of croak at Mars. Like, shoot her! Shoot Slimer!
Yeah, did that get out?
Barely. Yes, you kind of hear him clicking and choking over your shoulder, and you notice it.
Ah! That was in the Slime Blaster manual! Is it my turn? Can I go over there?
Yes, it is your turn. We're gonna go you, and then Gumpeteer, and then the ghosts go.
Perfect. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna like dash and slime.
Cool.
The old dash and slime.
The old dash and slime.
Let's add Muscle's 2 moves.
Whoa.
But I'm going to break the difficulty higher. Plus, you get your bonus.
Okay,
So you got
so
to beat a 20 because you're going to move towards them because you are like a normal distance away. So 15, 20 feet.
oh,
So
20. What's 20?
there you go. What's up? You jump over all that piping that had grabbed you a second ago. You jump right over that. Throw the thing on your freaking top of your slime blower, that badass, whatever the fuck that's called, like on a minigun. Oh, that's 2 for me.
That's
We're rated R now.
2.
And you just hose her down. And she gets hit hard and drops Van der Valk, and he, just falls right to his feet and falls on his ass. And she gets hit. The force of this is pretty strong, and it just slimes her good right away, and she goes kind of spinning across the floor, dropping the book. Obviously, the book was nearby. But anyway, yes. So Polly is slimed, but good.
You cool, Vandervalk?
I think so. That was very weird. I'm definitely not into that.
Gumpeteer.
Hello
Did you
there.
go?
I'm still working with Mars over here.
Well,
I lost track. We're back to
The
the
one
next.
with eggs. The one with eggs. So here's a quick ghost update. The one with
I
eggs.
ran from you, though, to go save Vandervalk.
Right. I'll cover your back, then I'll keep it distracted. I've got you, and I'll be like moving backwards, walking, trying to aim a bit better with this bloody wand thing. It's going everywhere. It is.
Beautiful. Give me a moves roll, and you're on fire. So I'm gonna let you add your cool to it.
Why, thank you. I was actually going to wonder. My moves thing is momentum. I wonder if, from catching it last time, I could use the momentum of the thing to try and hold it steady. It's kind of the opposite, I guess. So maybe not. I've talked myself out of it.
Okay. Did you catch one? You didn't catch one. Wings has got one.
Yeah.
You shot it.
Yeah. No. I've talked myself out of it. It doesn't work.
Okay. All right. Okay.
That's for 66, including my cool. That's still an awful roll.
And you're right, you got one. All right, so he's just crazy with this thing. It's not going well. He shoots at the guy with the eggs. Guy with the eggs dodges it. Another piece of machinery just explodes above your head. Sparks fall on Mars and Vandervalk's heads. Nothing falls on you, but it just like a glorious spray of yellow sparks goes everywhere. And the ghost with the eggs throws some at Gumpeteer. And hits you, and you take 5 as 3 green spectral eggs just peg you in the forehead and the shoulder and leg, and they smell awful, and they kind of burn a little bit, and it was like getting hit with a basketball thrown really hard.
That does hurt quite a bit. That does.
There you go. Okay, so next round, what does Polly is slimed? The butcher is held by wings. The egg guy is bearing down on Gumpeteer. What do you guys do?
I think Colin's gonna try to get up and, point his proton pack at the one bearing down on Gumpeteer. But he's a little bit insecure about whether he's gonna hit the ghost or Harris. So he's like, Harris, Gumpeteer, can I?
Yeah. What is it you want me to do?
I'm gonna shoot him. So try to get away.
Try to not get shot. That sounds like a good deal.
Yeah. Okay, let's go. He turns on his proton pack and he tries to go for a one shot on the ghost, but we'll see how that goes.
Beautiful. Give me moves.
And I hit the deck pretty
It's a
quick.
5. You're point blank, and you're behind him, so you got to beat a 5.
Oh god.
It's gonna be fine.
Nope.
Oh!
Nope.
Explodes. Something right next to him. You just annihilate all this gear right next to him, and the one with the eggs runs from it, and bails, and goes flying towards the back of the room. And as he does that, you can see that Wings is having a hell of a time holding on to the butcher, and he is kicking like crazy. Who's next?
Wings wants to keep doing what she's doing.
Still don't have a proton pack. I have so many regrets. These goggles look cool.
Look great. Got the slime blower. It's gonna go great.
Yeah, and to be fair, the slime blower is so cool. But
From a strategic point of view, it's the only way to dispatch possessed people. I mean, she could have choked him out. So, slime blower.
yeah. Thank you for making me feel better about my decisions, Travis.
God.
Yes. Wings would like to keep doing what she's doing and try to deal with this ghost.
I need you to roll muscles
Oh,
with
boy.
a difficulty of 5 to hold on to this ghost, who is just kicking like crazy. He's strong. He's the biggest of the 3. And you remember hearing Polly say that it takes 2 Ghostbusters to hold on to one of these things for it to be trapped.
Right. Okay.
Oh, I do
Yeah, so
remember that.
I just want to keep holding on to it.
Yes.
Hopefully somebody will come help me.
You're doing great, Evie.
Not only do you hold on to it, but you smack it against a piece of equipment, and he's like totally disoriented. And Wings has it like in this beautiful spot. It's right in a clearing, and this is some excellent ghost busting going on right now. Like a surgeon, she's maneuvered this wild spirit into the middle of the room. Now the egg guy is gone, and it's Gumpeteer's turn.
Well, I know we all keep saying about we need 2 people to hold it, but do you know what? Sod it. I'm gonna throw a trap under the one Evie's holding, because she's doing such a good job of it. I'm just gonna throw a trap and see what happens.
Give me a moves plus cool roll.
Now, my muscle thing is throw.
Oh, no, right. Yeah. You're right. That is throw. Sorry, that's a muscles roll. Do it.
Great.
Gents, gentle viewer.
So do I get to add my cool to muscle as well?
Yes.
I need to do some quick maths.
It's the coolest thing that you've done so far. I mean, come on. I think it's one of the... Good God. I think it's one of the coolest things that a... So you grab it, you flip it to the back, you roll it with the greatest of ease. It sails beautifully down the polished vinyl, whatever flooring in this factory, and it just goes beautifully right under the sweet spot, right under this ghost. And you can right now step on it if you want to.
Well, hell, I might as well. That's a bloody good roll, that. I'll step on it.
You hear Polly from behind you go, "Don't look at the trap!"
I'm looking right at the trap.
You're looking right at it. It opens up, and you see this shimmering light come flying out of the top of the trap. Ghost goes insane, starts to dematerialize, absorbs down into this ray coming out of the trap, which then closes, and a little beautiful curl of smoke comes flying right out of the trap.
Oh, we did it!
You actually got one. What?
1 down.
Alright, now don't worry about that 2 people holding them business. That seems to be bollocks.
You know, I was actually thinking about this last night because I watched the front of Ghostbusters 2, and you'll notice it takes 2 of them to catch Slimer in the beginning, and then in Ghostbusters 2 in the courthouse, they each grab one, and I was sitting there last night going, so if you're a really good Ghostbuster, you can actually
That's like a big deal, is that you don't need somebody to help you hold on to it. So
We
Wings,
have
that's
a natural talent.
it's marvelous. Okay, so to recap, Polly is covered in slime. Vandervalk is covered in eggs and has recently been nearly choked out. Both ghosts seem to have disappeared. Both remaining ghosts seem to have disappeared. From the back of the room, and you feel your PKA meters start to twitch and hum. From the back of the room, you hear a familiar voice calling out, and it rings or bounces around the room, and all the metal equipment and the high ceiling and the acoustics of this place pick up this weird old voice as he calls out, Yog-Sothoth knows the gate. Yog-Sothoth is the gate. Yog-Sothoth is the key and guardian of the gate. Past, present, and future all are one in Yog-Sothoth. He knows where the old ones broke through of old and where they shall break through again. He knows where they have trod earth's fields and where they still tread them, and why no one can behold them as they tread. And then there's a terrible rumble through the room.
That was some top quality nonsense babble there. I know nonsense babble when I hears it. I'm the champion in my little village, and that was top notch.
Oh, Harris, I think this means we're toast.
Well, that's not very optimistic of you.
Well, forgive me.
Why don't we just try trapping him?
Yog-Sothoth, you want to trap him? Cole's just staring at Harris at this point, like sort of dumbfounded. Are you serious?
Well, what's the difference?
I'm relying on Colin's weird trivia knowledge that he might know what it is.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So it's familiar to you that Yog-Sothoth is a cosmic entity known in occult literature as a very powerful elder creature, part of Eastern United States folklore.
Wow, yeah, I wish we'd picked up on that earlier when the dude said it.
We were nervous.
We were,
That's
and
another
then I completely
terrible
forgot
shot.
about it.
We were very
Those things and everything.
And the whole room starts to shake and more equipment starts to fall over. Wings narrowly avoids some piece of catwalk falling down, going by her. And the whole room is starting to tremble and shake and come apart.
I think we need to get out of here.
Well, I've had a wonderful day.
That makes one of us.
Polly goes, no, we can't leave. We have to find out what's going on.
Polly,
There's something going on in the back.
Yeah, there's very clearly something going on.
What's our hourly rate for this? Because I'm very much debating myself.
Spoken like a true Ghostbuster. And just then you hear, the traveler has come. And you hear a terrifying cluck.
Fuck, it's a goose!
It is a goose!
That was my form.
And the piece of gear in the middle of the room, you see a massive green spectral beak come around the side like the Rex in Jurassic Park with the thing. Shoves this piece of equipment right out of the way, and a massive chicken, easily 20 feet tall, in this, they can barely fit in this room.
Easily
Right.
thousands of geese.
It's surrounded by ghost keys. No, one giant chicken. And in the back, you can see old man Park wearing a hood. And he's got an old book and he's laughing. He's pointing at you. He's like, yes. He's so happy. He's just back there. He's dancing. He's doing a little dance in his weird old robe. You see, like he's standing on a pentagram he drew on the floor.
Who's this? Is this Polly's?
That's the old man you met at the beginning.
Yeah. This is Polly's father or grandfather,
Polly's
right?
dad.
Yeah.
No. The guy who was being interviewed by the news.
Gotcha.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Unlocked the gate for you.
Right. The classic stereotypical hick, very much like the one that we had with us in our party.
Yes.
Yeah.
I should have done the pet cemetery. You don't want to go down that rod. But it's functionally the same character.
Dancing on a pentagram, golly gee, what? Wow, what are we
He's
getting?
more like Walter Houston in The Treasure of the Sierra Madre going, well, tell my old grandmother. It worked. It's a giant chicken.
Oh man.
Well, shall we just shoot it?
Yes.
Woo! That's my noise for my gun.
Pew, pew,
Bearing
pew,
down
pew,
on
pew.
you. Wings is closest to it. This thing is huge. It is corporeal, though it has a green glow to it. It does exist. It's not like the chickens you saw in the beginning that were clearly spectral. I think that makes them a class 2. This is a massive class 6. If you or Polly call it out, I think that means it's a class 6, which means it is a. Let's read this because we're having fun. And we
Polly
still
is so
have
helpful.
She is. She's going through the book. She's really enjoying this. This meta specters, obsessively malevolent, exceptionally powerful. So she's screaming about you. Something about, this is a class 7. Something about class 7s. She's screaming and yelling. She can't hear her because there's a massive monster chicken in front of you that is bearing down on poor Wings. What do you guys do? Let's start with Gumpeteer.
Will I just fire at it?
Beautiful.
No questions,
Hold on,
no nonsense. It's just this seems to work. We fired a gun and we put a trap under it. That's how it all works, isn't it?
Is that what we're all doing? What is everybody doing here as this chicken bears down on you?
I think I'm off to Polly to 1, tell her that $50 an hour does not cut it, and 2, try to find out what she's yelling about.
Beautiful. She's yelling about it being something about most standard procedures being futile.
So,
Good.
what do you suggest?
I don't know. It doesn't say anything here about what to do. It says you have to do. You just have to. It might be able to trap it. I don't know. She's like howling because the wind is blowing her hair and it's turning the pages of the book, and she's trying to get herself together.
What,
That's all she says.
oh God.
Oh gosh. Is there something like? Okay, so like this dude, this very hick country dude dancing on the pentagram has been talking about like this gate. Do we know anything about that?
All we need to do is put an anti-chicken fence in front of the gate.
That solved it. Thank goodness we have Gumpeteer with us.
You just put it so they get their claws stuck in it, then they don't go near it.
Right, yeah.
So you're like wondering aloud about the gate, and you hear Polly over your shoulder go, it says here that the door swings both ways. That you could try a total protonic reversal, but it's very dangerous. It means crossing the streams.
Everything here is very dangerous, Polly.
Oh man. This is very stressful.
You can say that
Right.
again.
So what are y'all doing? This chicken is about to eat wings.
That's very cannibalistic.
Try.
I hadn't thought about that. Where's Brew when I need it?
Yeah.
That was beautiful.
I would like to get out of the way.
Sure. So it's about to bite you. So you could dodge, and that's a moves roll. Or though that's a muscles roll, and you get a +3 bonus because of your-
Muscles.
Wait, which is it? What did you do earlier? Seriously, I'm
I
sure I
did a
played this
move
freaking game.
earlier to get out of the way.
Do the same thing again.
Okay.
It's gonna go great.
Okay.
I missed it. Oh, you nail it. So this like you do a backflip because you're wearing an 85-pound proton pack, but you just spring out of the way as this chicken's giant beak snaps right at the spot where you used to be standing, and you retreat back a bit closer to your fellow Ghostbusters. You are all within normal range of this massive chicken. Who's next?
Yeah, I vote we do the dangerous thing, but I still don't have a proton pack.
Maybe you can add some slime to the stream, make it all gooey.
Yeah, that'd be good.
I'll just
Make me
slime the
feel
old man.
useful.
Okay, let's go
Right.
for it.
All right, so everybody who is shooting, roll, moves, and you get a bonus if we have discussed that previously.
Oh, hello!
There you go. That's what's up.
Ah, the slime did not do great.
Oh no. Okay, so Gumpeteer just smashes him with a beautifully placed proton stream, right hitting it right in between its chicken eyes. Blah, like this. The other two of you just miss beautifully. Slime goes everywhere, beams go everywhere, shredding things, and but the chicken can't advance because it's getting just smashed by this proton stream coming from Gumpeteer.
Good. Here's your lesson plan.
Also means that it's not going to be able to act. So now as it is getting hit, you guys have it's time to start another round. What happens next? Everybody's back on their feet.
Thank you so much to Valdriant, who comes in with the sub 7 months in a row. We're only 2 months away from a stream, baby.
Ooh.
You can gift a reroll to someone, Val. Thank you. Kiana, you still have that reroll from earlier. I'm not sure if you saw that in
yeah,
chat.
I do.
Yeah.
Yes, now that I've rolled out of the way, so I'm not going to be immediately eaten by this chicken. I would like to shoot it as well, alongside everyone else.
Thank you, Devil to Pay, who comes in with a sub as well. You also get a reroll to gift.
Beautiful. So roll. Wings is going to roll moves. How about Mars Bruno?
So I see that Vandervalk is struggling with their proton beam, and I think that's one of the reasons my slime got so distracted. I know that we need that proton beam on the chicken, so I think I'm gonna like slide over and be like, "I aim, you shoot, okay?"
I love that. What say you, Vandervalk?
Yeah, sure. Yes, I'm out. I can't shoot for shit. You do it.
Just
Beautiful,
press
so
the
you
button. Like,
He presses it.
So Vandervalk, what have you got in moves?
You mean like my talent?
What's the score? What's your
It's a
move
2.
score? Cool. So Mars adds 2 to her moves roll to get this thing,
ugh.
and her marksmanship bonus.
Yes,
But you botched twice.
I did.
You still hit it. But it's high and wide. And you're participating. It's going to take another round to get it where it needs to go, even though this chicken is massive. So it's just, it's unwieldy. It's getting some of the ceiling, got some of him. He hates it. But we've got 2 proton streams on it, and he's not happy. Screaming and yelling and clucking with massive ground-shaking clucks. And you can hear thunder from overhead.
With Wings' shot, is she able to get a stream on it as well?
Yes, she did.
Okay,
So it's been attacked twice.
cool.
And
And then ours is a little wonky.
And yours is just a little wonky. But everybody is now firing at this thing consistently, and it's getting hit in one way or another because it's so big. And you hear Polly behind you holding the book and screaming, her hair blowing in this terrible wind and the pages flapping. She goes, "Cross the stream!" Like the wind is like pushing her back away from all of the action. You can barely hear her.
All right, then I guess that's what we do, innit?
Yeah. Mars, redirect it, re-aim, go for it.
I'm sure the slime will help. Go on then, Evie, me and you, and Colin, let's do this.
Yes, one for all and all for one. Oh god, I hate this.
Just work with me, Vandervalk.
Yeah, I'm working on it.
And then, like, I'm gonna try and turn it, I guess, to cross the streams.
So Wings is kind of in the middle. Vandervalk and Mars are kind of over to the right. And on the opposite side of Wings is Gumpeteer. You guys are all kind of pointing in. You all start to move closer to one another. The closer you bring the streams together, the more violently it starts to shake. You can feel the hairs on the back of your neck standing up. There's some sort of weird tension in your muscles. There's electricity. Your hair standing on end. You come too close. The sparks are flying. And you bring the streams in towards one another. And you hear a very high-pitched scream. The chicken eyes bugs wide, and the top of the ceiling, the ceiling explodes, and the chicken gets large and then small and then twists, goes straight out of the ceiling, straight up.
Can I throw a trap at the ceiling?
Certainly can. You try and get it before it goes back up.
Is this the same as before? Is this a cool thing to
Cyclone.
do?
Yes.
Oh, it's only 31 this time. Not as good as last time.
All right, so the trap opens and this thing is going up, but now it's fighting the trap's pulling it back down, and it's stuck. It's stuck between the cyclone storm cloud above the top, and then the trap is at the bottom, and it's swirling and it's changing, and it's this horrible, hateful ball of psychokinetic energy, and it's trapped there. You guys each have a moment to figure out what to do. Trapped between the two things.
How about if we double up the traps? Should we throw another one? Is that how it works? Polly, you're not being very helpful this month.
Go for it.
Polly, where's the manual, Polly?
Yeah.
And she's like she's trying to catch up. She got blown all the way to the back of the room. She's running towards you with the book. She goes, I think more traps might work. I don't know. It doesn't say. It doesn't talk about anything this big. That's not a demigod. I dropped that British accent long ago.
There's something about panic that just makes accents go out the window.
I think she went to an expensive boarding school and picked it up as an affectation, and then when the shit comes down, drops the British accent.
That is a wonderful way to make it make sense. Alright, well, let's throw another trap at it then. Does anyone else want to throw one, or should I keep on chucking them?
You're chucking brilliantly, mate. Go for it.
And looking so cool while doing it.
Look at you go. Best chucker I've ever seen.
Oh, All right. Well, then you throw another. Well, each of you, did you have more? Let's be honest here. As we close in on this, did you have more than one on you?
I thought, at the beginning I was very adamant that I was throwable,
Yeah.
just throwing.
Traps.
Yeah.
Are you
Yeah,
throwing them? All right.
Gumbateer was the traps person.
Pretty much all the
You're like
traps went to him.
In fact, all I got was goggles and a slime blower.
I lucked out because you opted not to have a proton cannon. I got a proton cannon. Otherwise, I would. Yeah.
And Mars has handled that beautifully, by the way. You know, I think you've handled it.
Thank
All
you,
right.
thank
So you just chuck 3 more traps. Boom, boom, boom.
I'm not sure what this track's going to be like, but I'm going to play it.
Give me one more roll, just for the shit of it. What the hell is that? Ooh, yeah. Rocking out right now. There you go. Beautiful. 3 more traps open. Blinding flashes fly from the floor. The traps pull this ball of horrifying, hateful, otherworldly energy down and split them across the 4 traps, peeling this spectral chicken apart with a terrifying squat. And then all 4 traps close up. It is. Turn the music off, man.
Oh, turn the music up. My bad.
You gotta turn it off. There you go. And it is eerily quiet on the floor. The Pugwats's Pride Chicken Factory. And little beautiful curls of smoke gently waft out of the lids of each of the 4 traps that have a little red light that blinks on and off on all 4 of them.
Is that it? Have we done it?
Where's that like weird old man with like the hood and stuff, which is super last
Yeah.
season?
Oh yeah, the dancing one.
And you don't see him.
Ugh. I mean, I guess we dealt with it. I should probably tell like an employee that like one of his employer that like one of his employees was like doing weird stuff with ghosts and chickens and things.
Well, I think the most important person knows. And Colin points at Polly.
She's like putting herself back together and she's like, oh, we're going to have him arrested right away. She's like looking through the skylight, kind of looks up and the weather's cleared and the cyclone is gone. And she's like, right. Okay. Well done. I knew I picked the right people for the job. Handled that beautifully. We're going to make a fortune.
You sure?
Oh, I think so. She like turns heels, walks out the front where you guys came.
Well, it seems like if you've got a ghost or a ghoulie what needs sorting out, you can go and give us a holler on the old blower and we'll sort it out.
That's right. Now I need all of you to walk with me because this is the most important to the job part of the job, talking to the media after a successful ghost bust. We're all going to go outside. We're going to say something lovely. We're all going to be live on television. We're just going to I want to see bright smiles.
Do you mind if I de-egg for a second? I'd rather not look like a giant egg on television.
Oh, it's gritty. It's real.
No, I'd rather not.
I
Just
can
fought a
sign
giant
you if
chicken.
that would look better, because then it might look like you were like slimed in
I-
action.
I'll stick to the egg.
Cool. That's fair, actually. Yeah.
Well, I mean, you know, I've been covered in shit most of my life. Let's just go and speak to him.
Well, same, but like,
No one seems to mind most times.
I hope so.
So as you're having this conversation, you turn, you see that Polly has brought the news into the building. They come in and they're just going to get a quick they just do a quick stand up with each one of you. So let's just go around real quick. What do you tell the news? They walk up to each one of you. They're gonna just a quick thing for the news tonight. Just a quick sound bite, just a quick both sides. Not gonna be a big deal. So let's start with you. You in the hat, Farmer Brown. Tell us who you are and what happened in here today.
Gumpeteer's the name, and we did something strange. It was some sort of hoojamadooby with the flim flam that came in, and what we did was we had these pointy stacks with lots of floobity joobity on it, and we blasted it a little bit, and then when we'd finished blasting it, we threw one of these underneath, and the went. And that's pretty much the long and short of that.
I know.
Gumpeteer's special skill is confusing babble in brains.
I think you nailed it that time. And I think by now you've done the thing where the camera has zoomed out and we're now watching the news. So then there's a quick cut to Mars Bruno, and at the lower third, super on the screen says Mars Bruno. She's being interviewed. What did Mars Bruno say to the reporter?
I was even more kick-ass fighting ghosts than I am playing video games, and that's saying something.
And then it cuts to Wings. Lower third says her name, and what did she say to the news?
Well, we obviously can't say too much because obviously a whole bunch of it is discretion. But let's just say that we got the job done. Obviously, because otherwise we wouldn't be here and talking with you.
And it cuts to the egg and slime covered, already disheveled before he walked in there, Vandervalk.
He's used the slime and egg to slick his hair back to look a little bit more presentable, and he's actually staring into the camera, very almost experienced, going, I think it was a good job. We were with experienced people. It was for many of us, it was a first experience, but we grew, we saw, we came, we conquered. It was a very, very insightful job. I think we've made the environment safer for today, and I think you'll be able to call upon us in the future. The second the camera's off, he's like.
And then in the show though, the camera cuts wide, and there's all four of us standing there, and Polly kind of comes into the shot, and she goes, "So call us now, 1-800-GHOSTBUSTERS for the Dallas Metroplex area and surrounding cities. We are ready to believe you."
Who you gonna call?
Not us. Hopefully.
Actually, I was gonna go and give me mom a call.
That's nice.
I think she kind of looks at you and she goes, "Well done, guys. I'm so proud of all of you. And, I know there's Ghostbusters elsewhere, but I think you guys are the real Ghostbusters. That's how we'll market ourselves.
Ghostbusters.
We're going to make a lot of money." She just starts walking across the street. You all sort of look at each other. And that is where we will end our little game of the official name of this, by the way, is Ghostbusters, a pleasant role-playing game. I'm gonna have to find this.
It's a frightfully cheerful.
Thank you, frightfully cheerful. Thank you.
I used it in my tweet.
Isn't that nice?
I found it to be that as such. I think so. So let's go.
I did too. Carry on, Travis.
Everybody thought. So let's start with Mr. Vandervalk here, whose name I don't know. What'd you think? Tell us where we can find you. Did you have a favorite part?
My name's Dan. I can be found on @academic on Twitter, which is mostly a personal account, but I promise I will not talk about too many shenanigans. My favorite part, I think I think my absolute favorite part was the first moment the ghost chickens appeared, because that caught me very off guard, and also the visuals quite adorable, actually.
Marvelous. All right, Mars Bruno. Love that name.
Hi, thank you. I had the hardest time coming up with like a last name because that was one of the few things that Travis gave us about the session today was like, oh, and have a colorful last name. So we had a lot of fun today. I was so pleasantly surprised, full of fright and cheer to discover that we were playing Ghostbusters. So I had a lot of fun. I'm Renee. I'll do my favorite part first because I'm also going through and trying to grab the thing that I write for this every time. My favorite part was probably when we first like faced down the chickens and could not for the life of us figure out what to do because we're like we didn't get anything but Polly to come with us, and we didn't think to, like, do any research or learn how to be Ghostbusters, we just dressed up, took the proton packs, and walked in, so then we're suddenly faced with our first ghost, and all of us just go, what? What do So, it was a ton of fun. I'm Renee. You can find me on Twitter at RayDNR or here on Twitch at RayDN. I'm playing some Kingdom Hearts 2 right now in preparation for Kingdom Hearts 3. I'm also a freelance writer and social media manager, and so I write some articles over for the Scraticus Patreon, and those are free and available even if you don't support at any of the tiers, but you can check those out. And we just posted one earlier this week as well and have another one coming soon. So, yeah, I also DM for a podcast called Fate and the Fable Maidens. It is an all-women, family-friendly, actual play D&D podcast where we have rock gods, sand krakens, and fish tacos. So you can also find me streaming Mondays, alternating on Nerd Immersion, Tuesdays on Encounter Roleplay playing Call of Cthulhu, and then Wednesdays here on Scraticus Academy playing Weave. And I'm loving every second of it. Thanks for having me today, and I'm glad that we got to play this game. Check another RPG off my list.
That's awesome. And you and Colin, right? This is so great playing with new people, and you guys did an awesome job, and it's just great. So
you did great too. It was awesome. Thank you.
Oh, thank you. It was fun. I had a great time. I got a wild hair. We were gonna do Cthulhu in Vietnam, and then about 2 weeks ago, I was like, "Yeah, but I want to play Ghostbusters." So it sounds like such a downer. So let's go to the Chief Executive Officer of Tabletop Streaming Enterprises, the marvelous and talented Kiana. What'd you think?
Oh, this was so much fun. I was like, I was looking at when we were giving us all the information for creating characters and when telling us what the system was. Like, I swear to God, I know this game. I can't figure out for the life of me what it is. And it's because I had read over Ghostbusters like a couple months ago for a possible one shot, and then decided to pocket it away. And I was like, and then I started to forget, like, oh shit, it's Ghostbusters. This is great. So that was a very pleasant surprise, and I really enjoyed how you dealt with that. You know, be able to get us to do the character creation and stuff without revealing that it was Ghostbusters. Yeah, definitely. How much fun. It's really hard to pick a favorite part. Most people kind of covered that. I think just really like the evil chicken noises were on par. Yeah.
Yeah.
And like the ghost stuff, like all of that was just brought everything to another level. So thank you, Travis, for running this. I certainly enjoyed you having as my GM. But yeah, you can find me over on Twitter at KennaS. Best way to figure out what I'm doing because I am on the internet playing role playing games almost every day of the week. Um, a thing I will plug is that tomorrow I will be running Bluebeard's Bride over on Katie Face's channel. This will be volume 5 out of my series that I've been doing. A super awesome cast over there, so definitely check us out tomorrow morning. And in general, come and check me out on a brand new channel called Salty Sweet Games. It's me and that Salty Ginger / Lauren. We're creating a new channel. We're not officially launching until the spring, but we had our soft launch the other day, and now we're doing a little bit more stuff, ramping up to it. So go find us over on Twitter and Twitch at Salty Sweet Games to keep updated as to when we do our next little test streamy type of situation. But yeah, this was fun. I really enjoyed playing with all you. Super great.
Awesome, and I hope that when Salty Sweet is going live and stuff, that'll end up in my Discord as well, because I'd love to come and check it out. Thank you, Travis, the man himself. Before you go ahead with your bit, my favorite part of today was the NPCs, and especially the man at the end on the pentagram dancing with all the cutouts to like your wonderful brain. That was my favorite part. So Travis, how was this for you? How was that for you?
This was fun, man. I got a wild hair. Like I said, I was gonna do Vietnam Cthulhu in about like a month ago or something. I was like, I'll run a one shot sometime, and Adam goes, "How about the Saturday the 26th at 2 p.m. Eastern?" And so I'm glad I hung on to it. I'm really glad that I get to do this. I think what Adam and the lovely headmistress Alice are doing is a really cool, important thing for the community to bring in new blood and let them get their feet wet. And so this is giving me the confidence to work on running a campaign. It's the second one shot. I thought this went really well. It's so weird. And I just think everybody did an awesome job. I had a blast. My favorite part was the whole ghost fight in the middle. Ghost busting should be chaotic and difficult and noisy and wildly destructive. And if I did like play this game like further, busting ghosts would be, I like to think that it's all just huge amounts of property damage and near miss, serious injury and just sort of the chaos of it. I felt that that's something I wanted to do in the middle, and I thought we kind of got there. And I loved everybody's characters, and so thank you very much, Adam, for having me. This has been awesome. And I'm at Travis Boles. I'm the producer for WebDM. Check out WebDM this week. We're going to talk about Ravnica, and tomorrow is Lost Girls on WebDM with Kiana and some other awesome faces. And so don't miss that, because Lost Girls is going to be something special. And I just really appreciate getting to have a relationship with the Scraticus Academy. I think they're awesome. And thank you very much for having me today.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Brings so much energy to DMing. It's wonderful. And I can't wait to get you on for a campaign sometime.
Oh my God.
Yeah, we'll have to talk. Well, everyone, this was wonderful. Thank you. There you go. Devil to Pay. 100 bits come in, and that's got your name on it, Trav. So thank you.
And next time I play, I'm going to get better about the D100 and that's probably note to myself to something to improve on is that takes a lot of, I really admire DMs who can beautifully sail through the random stuff like Charlie, who did just a beautiful job. And so I will work on that for next time.
That is totally fair, and what you're essentially doing is that's like someone who's new to professional boxing comparing themselves to like Muhammad Ali or something like that.
Oh,
you can look at other people who work in the things. There's other ways. Charlie is very good at slipping them in without anyone noticing. I mean, until that recap at the end when she's like, "Oh yeah, this was that thing," and everyone's like, "Ah!"
Right.
Oh, I have a habit of just like dropping the trinkets as I'm saying them. I'm like, yeah, it's kind of weird that you found this. Like it was rolled on a trinket list.
Well, like the one I saw was a peg leg, right? So who's gonna get the peg leg? Like I should have done one of the ghosts or something. I'm trying to really. I think that's really the takeaway for me to really learn from.
Well, that's cool. That's a cool thing for you to do. So. Anyway, guys, I'm not going to do a full wrap up. I'm going to do a quick one because we're back again in probably about 10-15 minutes. I'm going to give myself maybe 15-20 minutes to sort myself out and get the next scene set up. But we're going to be back again with NPC Bree doing an underwater campaign in just a little while. So I will start the music back up for everyone except for these players because it's going to be in the other Roll20. The other Roll20's not working, is it? Okay, never mind. I'll do it in this Roll20. That's fine. This is fine. There's no fires burning over here.
I'm reading chat. Malhadale, next time, pal. We got some Ghostbusters super fans in the chat here.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. As soon as Mal was in, he was like, "It's a torso apparition. Is it class 5?" Like.
He also felt incredibly betrayed that he hadn't been at
saw
game.
Yeah.
He would quote Ghostbusters in the jury. I feel really awful. This is a hardcore. Next time, pal.
Okay. Well, guys, we are going to wrap up. Thank you so much, everyone. And we'll be back in around 15-20 minutes. I am going to stop the stream and then start it again to break up the videos for uploading to YouTube and everything. So you might need to refresh in a little bit. But until later, we'll catch you later. See you later, everyone. Bye.
Bustin' makes me feel good. Da, 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 da.